What a stark contrast in the performances of Mbappe and Erling Haaland this season. These two strikers, who were once the talk of the town, lost their spark. In crucial Champions League matches, they failed to deliver the game-changing performances that we've come to expect from players like Messi or Ronaldo. We may set our expectations too high for this new rivalry of Mbappe and Haaland. In the 2022-2023 season, Haaland finished runner-up at the prestigious Balon d'Or and had the best first season in Premier League history, being a vital component of the Man City triple. For that year, Haaland really believed he would win the Balon d'Or. After the record-breaking season and winning the Champions League, everything was set for him to win this award. But when a player like Messi carries his team to the World Cup and beats Mbappe in a thrilling final, it's impossible to surpass that. You could see that Haaland was negatively impacted by losing the award. In fact, he saw his hard work not being rewarded in favor of a poor Messi season saved by the World Cup, which is a month-long competition. Although Haaland was scoring goals, you could tell he was not very inspired, and his dangerous aura was less frightening. He could not deliver for Norway when they needed him for the Euro qualification. When Haaland came to Man City during his first season, he benefited from De Bruyne's impressive passes. Indeed, many of Haaland's first-season goals came from De Bruyne's genius. Unfortunately, Kevin got injured early in the season and missed more than half of the season. That hurt Haaland's performance because he had no creative player like De Bruyne to assist him in the offense. Due to scoring fewer and fewer goals, Haaland started losing confidence. Pep also did not make things easier because he started playing the Argentinian striker Alvarez more frequently. Eventually, Alvarez was more decisive and brought a more rounded attack. To make up for Kevin's absence, Pep would play Alvarez with Haaland together. Alvarez outshined Haaland in several games, especially in the Champions League. While Haaland competed fiercely with Alvarez for the striker role, the other teams were also improving. Defenders such as Saliba and Rudiger have been a nightmare for Haaland this season. He has been below average in games with the big teams, and opponents are starting to notice his weakness in build-up plays. Haaland's technique has been criticized heavily this season, and even Roy Keane branded him a League Two level player when he is not scoring goals. It became even more apparent when he struggled to score goals in the big games. He could not contribute much when he was going against strong and aggressive defenders this season, since he could not dominate them physically. Haaland was non-existent against Gabriel, Saliba, Rudiger, and even Nacho. He lost all the 50-50 in the aerial battles. As the internet says, he was pocketed very badly. Speculation started to arise on whether Man City plays for Haaland or if the striker is just a cog in a system. Only time will tell if the Man City of Pep was the right fit for a player like him. We still believe Haaland should have played for a counter-attacking team like Real Madrid or Liverpool. He could have played the role of finisher and had more freedom in the final third. Haaland could have scored even more with players like Vini or Bellingham creating the goal opportunities. A few thousand kilometers away, Kylian Mbappe with PSG had a good European campaign. After Messi and Neymar left, Mbappe became the sole face of the French club. Unfortunately, he noticed how hard it is to have all the responsibilities and a whole project around him. Mbappe requested the transfer of Dembele, Gonzalo Ramos, and many others to strengthen the PSG squad. The arrival of Luis Enrique also helped the team to regain an identity. Unfortunately, the season did not go as smoothly as planned for the French forward. Before the season started, Mbappe announced to PSG that he would not renew his contract. With the highest salary in the French league, the owners of PSG were very offended by the decision. Mbappe was then put in a loft with the players, who were also the undesirables. Those players put aside were not training hard during the preseason, a pivotal time for players to have a good and long season. PSG went to Japan to play preseason matches, but Mbappe was left behind. Mbappe's first game of the season was on the second match day of the French league. According to the reports, Mbappe had to give up his substantial loyalty bonuses to reintegrate the squad. Although Mbappe scored many goals and had his best season in terms of statistics, he had not been the same. His acceleration, athleticism, and relentlessness in 1-versus-1 situations were less impressive. The more the season lasted, the more he became visible. The quarterfinals and semifinals were difficult for Mbappe. He scored 2 goals in the second leg against Barcelona FC after being invisible for most of the game. The semifinals were even worse for Mbappe because PSG had been outplayed in both legs, losing home and away matches 1-0. Mbappe did not play well at all. The Dortmund defenders did not give him the freedom and space to be decisive. Unfortunately, PSG fans did not only hate losing, but were ashamed of Mbappe's lack of will to surpass himself and be the game changer that he claims to be. We have all seen Ronaldo and Messi create moments of genius to help their teams even when everything looked dire. Mbappe and Haaland, on the other hand, failed to deliver these performances to lead their team to victories this year. On the other hand, Vinicius and Bellingham have been exceptional this season. They are getting momentum to win the Champions League final. One of them could be the next Balon d'Or. While something still needs to be decided because the Euro and Copa America are happening in the summer, we cannot wait to see the best players fight for their nations. Please leave a like and follow for more content like this.